Hey guys, this is Tara Macklin. Normally, again, Fridays are like our cooking show thing, so I am actually staying on theme. My son's already at school. So anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys not about a recipe today, but about a concept of meal prepping. And I know this is not like rocket science, and you could probably find 1,000 things out there, but we don't do the usual like prep a meal, put it in a bag, stick it in the freezer, save it for later, already have it seasoned, throw it in the crock pot. Like those are common things that you see a lot of. You can see my Instapot over here is going. We do things maybe a little differently. So I thought I'd throw out some ideas, and I'm sure these ideas again aren't super original, but they're ideas that work really well for us. And I will say the one bonus piece is that my husband loves to cook, and more specifically, he really loves using his smoker. So he's my meat guy. And unless it's like a one dish thing, my husband takes care of all the meat for us, and I don't really have to worry about it too much. But things that we do that help serve us and get us to where meal making during the week is a little less crazy. So you can see here I've got some chicken out, and that is one meat that I will have cooked up over the weekend to have through the weekend and into the week. We are a family of 3, so cooking more ahead of time for us probably really isn't too hard. We're not a family of 6, we're not a family of 8 or anything like that. So speaking from a smaller family, or like maybe it's just you that you're needing to prep meals for, this is probably more the video for you. If you are a larger family, I know there are other people out there that can serve you probably better with some of their concepts. But again, not to say that I can't help serve you in here, but I make ahead a lot of times. When I cook, I prepare for a family of 6, and that's because I come from a family of 6. So my parents would cook, and we would just, sit down, eat the meal, and it'd be gone. Well, as I went out and moved out and lived on my own, I still only knew how to cook in that way. So if I made up a big thing of homemade spaghetti, it'd last me at least a week, if not longer, because even when my parents would cook, we'd even still have some leftovers of spaghetti sauce. So, doing bigger batches is something that's really helpful. I was talking about the meat earlier. So my husband, when he gets on the smoker, he will throw in maybe say a brisket or some ribs. He kind of has like a bigger smoker. You can do the same concept in your oven. You can also maybe make up some hamburgers, throw some on the grill, and some hot dogs, and kind of like almost cook meats in the sense that you're getting ready to host a party, but you're not going to do that part because you're going to put it in the fridge and have it stockpiled away for lunches and things like that. So for me, I will take my chicken tenders, and I will just kind of do a general seasoning of some garlic, onion, some salt and pepper. I don't get crazy with it. I'll cook it up. It's prep ready to go. So when I make things like, say, I actually have some of my slaw that there's a recipe for in my YouTube channel, then my Asian slaw, I can just throw my chicken in it, and it's super quick and easy. You just heard my buzzer go off. For my Instapot, I'm making hard-boiled eggs. So now, if you want to go back and look at the recipe for my morning deviled eggs, this is something you can have the eggs prepped, ready to go. It's super simple, super easy. I'm going to take these eggs, I'm going to throw them into my bowl of cold ice water that I have here in front of me in about minutes. So I'm going to let them sit in my Instapot as I wrap up this video. Other things that I do, so I will get like cauliflower, and I'll get broccoli, maybe some carrots, and I will chop them up ahead of time and put them in a bag and have them prepped to roast. If you like things like potatoes, and I should have had this out before I started the video, but it's right here in front of me, so it's an easy grab. Grab you one of these things. You want to talk about chopping up potatoes fast, and say you don't want French fries, because it's a French fry press, so just pushes the potato through. You can just go through and chop, 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 chop. I do the same thing with things like zucchini, and makes it super fast. Throw it on a pan. We love roasting veggies in the oven because it's very little prep. You can throw on some seasoning, and you can walk away from it for about maybe 30 minutes if you have the 30 minutes for that meal. but having the things like pre-chopped and ready to go will make your evening coming home from work seem super simple. And that's where you can warm up maybe your meat that you have from over the weekend, or you can do some dishes if that's what you need to do, or whatever. Maybe you need to sit down and read a book with your child for school and help them get a little homework done. But you can basically just put it in the oven and walk away and set the timer and come right back, and it allows you to kind of get some other things done instead of focusing on doing all the chopping and stuff like that. So those are just some tips and tricks that we use in our home. We utilize our Instapot, but we don't really use it to like make major meals. You can definitely do the silly of me. You can do the slow roasting in your slow cooker, and those things are great too. So feel free to do those things. Those are great techniques, but these are just some other things. Just prepping up some meat ahead of time to last you for the week. You could even, my husband will make pulled pork, and he'll make so much of it that we will actually, he likes to measure it out. So he'll measure out the amount and we'll put them in the freezer. So that way, maybe the next time we want pulled pork in a meal, we can just go grab it, thaw it out, and make some like pulled pork hash, something simple like that. So just, these are some tips and tricks to maybe make your meal preps a little bit easier. I know I'm a busy mom. I work at a job where I'm on everybody else's schedule but mine during the school year because of what I do. And that's just kind of part of the culture. So as a mom, I'm not always home to just have the meal ready and fulfill this like typical American role of what the wife does in the home. And sometimes that's my husband. Like sometimes he gets home from work and he can just kind of whip up a meal real quick because he's tired and he doesn't necessarily want to whip up a meal. So having things prepped simple, again, like I will also do things like our cauliflower, which I don't have very much left in here, our cauliflower salad that we make, our kind of play on potato salad. Having things that can just sit in the refrigerator and just be plopped on the plate also will help save you some time if you can get in the prep time over the weekend. So hopefully you guys will find these tips helpful. I probably should have organized them a little bit better in the video, but I actually speak better just off the top of my head like that, to be honest. So anyways, if you guys are finding this helpful, make sure you guys are clicking subscribe, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye-bye.